Well, god dang, things are getting pretty interesting. Drake is just letting the cat out of the bag. I didn't know Drake was gonna start talking all about this stuff. I mean, this stuff happened, what, 1 or 2 years ago? When the hell was Back to Back released? We're in 2017, and I think Back to Back was released in 2015. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comment section. Now, for the people out there that are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. For the people out there who enjoy my content, do your boy a favor, drop a like on the video. I need your support, man. I really need it. Now, you guys know, I don't start my videos off on my knees begging you guys like and subscribe. I don't do that. But I may have to start. Man, sometimes, you know, you get a little relaxed and stuff whenever you're just chilling snugly in your bed watching YouTube and stuff, drinking hot cocoa, you know, whatever you guys do to my videos. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys watching me every day. I really do. Now let's get this started. So like I was just telling you guys, man, god dang, man, Drake just got, it feels like court is in session or something, man. They pulled out the Bible, told this dude to swear the truth and nothing but the truth, so help him God. Drake got on the stand and just spilled all the beans. I mean, 1 or 2 years ago, we couldn't get Drake to talk about this stuff. Now Drake has an album coming out. You know I love me some Drake, but god dang, he just let the cat out the bag, guys. So just to give you guys a little hint, we're going to be talking about the whole Quentin Miller ghostwriting thing, and we're going to be talking about the beef that he had with Meek Mill. We're going to tie all that in together. Drake was recently on OVO Radio. If you guys don't know what that is, like OVO Radio is pretty much Drake's radio station on Apple Music, you know. You can listen to it on your phone or whatnot. Not sponsored, but I wish. And Drake gets on there, he plays his music. Sometimes he does interviews. And today, he gave us some juicy information. So you guys remember the beef that happened between Meek Mill and Drake, right? Meek Mill came out and he was talking all this rah, rah, rah stuff. Now, as you guys know, Meek Mill outed Drake for having a ghostwriter by the name of Quentin Miller, right? Like everyone was talking about this dude. And it was like the craziest thing ever, man. Finding out that Drake had ghostwriters, right? Everyone was just amazed by that. Before we found out, Meek Mill went to Twitter and he tweeted this. First he tweeted, don't compare me to none of these cats that don't write their own raps either. LOL. The whole game know for real. They scared to tell the truth. I can't wait till these guys sit back and act like they don't know. Stop comparing me to Drake too. He don't write his own raps. That's why he ain't tweet out my album, because we found out. Niggas so fake. You can blow their cover in 2 days. Now, after Meek tweeted that, Drake said he didn't know what was going to happen next. Drake said he didn't know who was going to jump on a diss track along with Meek Mill. Like, he was preparing for Armageddon. Like, he honestly thought his world was going to crash down. Like, it was that crazy. Drake must really believe there's people out there to get him, man. And I'm talking about like some big name people. From him saying he didn't know who was going to jump on a track aimed at him, like Drake's not worrying about no small potatoes. I'm talking about people like Jay-Z. He probably thought Rick Ross was going to come at him. Like dudes like high up. Now, before we move forward in this Meek Mill situation, he went on to say that him and Quentin Miller, the alleged ghostwriter, they did work together. But he said the work they did was a collaborative effort. He said they spoke on cadences and things like that. When he's talking about cadence, he's talking about that whole style that QM brought to those songs, man, because Drake wasn't talking like running through the six with my woes. Like he wasn't doing that. Like that was a brand new flow that QM brought to the OVO sweatshop. So Drake was telling us info without really giving us everything. Now, he did end up saying that he was in the studio the whole time with QM. They collabed on music. They worked on cadence for the different songs. And he said that without him, Drake, those songs would have never been what they were. Now, we heard a bunch of reference tracks. And from hearing those reference tracks, I do believe that QM did give Drake like some of those flows as well as he gave him a few verses. Now, I do think that Drake went along within those verses and changed like a few words in and out and all that kind of stuff. I believe that happened. Like when you hear things like running through the six, I'm sure either he, Quentin Miller, added that in, or Drake told him to add that in because Drake is from the six. You get what I'm saying here? Now this is where things get crazy. And there's a link with DJ Drama and Meek Mill. There's a link. Like DJ Drama already came out and said that Meek Mill thought that Drake was dissing him on Rico. Because on the Rico song, Drake says something down the lines of, the girl of your dreams is really not a challenge. And Meek Mill, like, he got caught in that Mr. Crab meme. He was like, oh, is this dude dissing me on my own song? He called up DJ Drama, and DJ Drama is like, nah, he's not even dissing you. He didn't write it. So when Meek Mill found that out, he ran to Twitter and he tweeted those things that I told you guys earlier in the video. He was just spazzing out. Now, we've always thought that this had something to do with Drake not showing up to Meek Mill's concert or something that was supposed to happen for his album, or Drake didn't tweet out his album. Kind of like the situation happened with Wale. Wale, you ain't tweet out my album? I'm going to go crazy. So Drake is like, look, I don't think it had anything to do with that. This dude was just jealous. Now, he didn't say that Meek was like trying to knock him off the top spot, or he didn't say someone else put him up to it, but I've heard rumblings from people that are close to this, different celebrities, that Jay-Z was the one that put the battery in Meek Mill's back. And maybe even P. Diddy. Because remember, P. Diddy was on that diss track that Meek Mill had, right? And also, P was the one that slapped Drake, because Drake was talking reckless after that 0 to 100. He took Diddy's beat and saved us from a Diddy 0 to 100. Now, like I told you guys during the video, Drake said he thought this was going to be the fight of his life. He thought this dude was going to have multiple big time people on the record. He thought his world was crashing down pretty much. And he knew that he had to go hard. So he hit him with Charged Up. And he thought Meek was prepared. We all thought Meek Mill was quite possibly going to win that battle. We all thought Meek Mill was a battle rapper. We thought he was prepared. And Drake said once he hit him with Charged Up and Meek Mill practically went to Twitter to respond instead of making a song, he knew he had to kill him. Because you guys remember, right? Meek Mill went to Twitter and he's like, yo, that was baby soft. And at that point, people started clowning Meek. They were like, yo, where's the song? Like, get off Twitter. Like, it got so bad. After that situation, Meek Mill switched to Instagram. The dude was always on Twitter tweeting. You know what happened. Drake called him Twitter fingers. The dude rarely touches Twitter now. He's scared to come to Twitter. Everybody call him Twitter fingers. Now, Drake knew that he couldn't diss Nicki because that was his girl, right? So he said, out of his own mouth, if he were to say anything about Nicki, he had to big her up. So that's where the line comes from. Is that a world's tour or your girl's tour? He didn't really want to go through that, but he was happy that he competed, he said. But he said it was a lot of negative energy after doing that, man. And I don't think Drake is the kind of person that he wanted to destroy that man's career. But he knew, and even like one of his friends told him that he had to put the nail in the coffin on him. And that's when he hit him with Back to Back. And Back to Back was like the curtain call. Anything that Meek dropped after that, everybody was singing Back to Back, man. Girls twerking the Back to Back. I'm sure Meek Mill would hear that song when he was riding down the street, and it probably killed him inside, man. Now, the interviewer also compared and asked him about the beef between him and Meek versus the beef with Jay and Nas. And could he see himself being friends with Meek Mill like Jay and Nas are? And he said something down the lines of, and he said, I think Jay-Z and Nas respect each other. He's like, look, I don't respect this dude. This dude tried to end my career. He tried to take money away from my family. He was trying to end my life. Now, he said that he could see himself working with Ross because he respects Ross. I guess him and Ross, you know, they did music together. I'm guessing they had a friendship. It kind of split them up because when Meek Mill went to Twitter and started talking crazy, it forced Ross to side with Drake in that situation. Like, he had to. So that's the whole situation. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised to hear Drake talk about all that because, like I said, what that happened, 1 or 2 years ago? And he's finally speaking out about that. More Life has to be coming out soon. Anyway, I'll see you guys later with another video. Hopefully it's about More Life. It'll either be out maybe today or tomorrow. We'll see, man. I'm finished listening to this. Later, guys.